Hey guys, my name is Miriam Cutelis, and I'm an arts educator in Northern Virginia. And we are in our third week of no school and quarantine. And I have noticed a very interesting behavior from my colleagues and also in general because I'm on a lot of Facebook teacher. I wanted to talk about um, a unique perspective that um, an art teacher can bring to all teachers during this time. Let me give you some background. As an art teacher, our whole lives, I've been teaching for 20 years. Um, my whole career, I've had people come to me, and one of our worst pet peeves that we always have is how other people would come up to us and just say, "You're creative, make us a sign," and so, or "You're creative. Could you please just whip up a label?" You know, those kinds of things happen all the time. So we already very sensitive to that. And so then COVID happened and something similar started to happen. Um, Another piece of the background information is that as art teachers, we often teach our students to make mistakes and just dive into a media and don't worry about making something perfect. Just, work with the materials, learn from the materials, and yes, you will make lots of mistakes in the process, but you are going to come out of it with a lot of new information that you didn't have before. So that is our way of thinking. That is the whole art teacher life. And so when COVID happened, um, we had to learn within like literally days how to switch up what we do and teach remotely. And so within like 3 weeks, I would say just from diving in and not being afraid to fail, I've become very good at I guess this this Canvas thing, which is our LMS that we use in our um, county. So what's happening is people notice that you're good at something and sort of reminiscent of, when you're creative and people think you're good at something. What happens is you realize that the same thing happens. There are, um, I understand teachers don't want to fail, and perhaps that's why some teachers do not want to just dive in. But I'm urging all teachers um, to take on an art teacher mentality, which is just dive in. Just seriously, just dive in. The worst that can happen is that nothing's going to happen. There's nothing horrendous that's going to happen if you click that button. You just have to explore that thought and realize that the worst that can happen is nothing, really. So I'm urging all teachers out there to please not be afraid to just dive into this new world that we're now being introduced to. And the reason I'm urging you is because I'm sensing a lot of tugging from people. Um, Now, don't get me wrong, because there are people that genuinely have tried their best at something and then they need help. And those people, I don't mind. I don't mind helping. My whole career is based on helping. Um, I love helping people. I love um, seeing people succeed. I love um, facilitating learning. But there's a big difference. Lately, it's Um, I understand sometimes teachers don't want to fail, and that's why they reach out and they want you to provide the entire answer to them. Um, so there's kind of two kinds of educators I've noticed, at least from my end of it, is the ones who are willing to dive in and just try it and fail, and then the ones who want to have their hands held. And as somebody who is like physically and emotionally exhausted after doing this for 3 weeks, I am exhausted. And I'm just urging all teachers out there to just dive in. Just don't be afraid um, to take a couple of steps. And I guess on my end also is just try, ask 3 people before me. And I don't mean people, I mean Google. Like seriously, just Google an answer, and most likely the answer is already out there. No, not most likely. The answer is out there. And you know, I don't mind people coming to me, but I can't I can't dedicate hours of my time when I have no time. I think time is the most valuable thing I have right now. Um, I feel like remote learning is harder than teaching in the classroom. So um, when people come up to me and they want help, I'm very willing to help. But when people come up to me and they want me to literally do it for them, then there's a problem, because I'm all about facilitating learning. I am not helping you by doing it all for you. So put on your teacher hat, put on your student hat at the same time. Um, I love you guys. I feel so proud to be part of the education community. Man, we are some bad asses here. Like, seriously, we are amazing. We are just seriously amazing. Um, so I'm very proud to be in this career, to be in this line of work. I love every single one of you. I think you're amazing. So keep being amazing, and don't be afraid to fail.